How you going, everyone? It's Adrenaline7 here, and we're playing Wolfenstein 2 again, New Colossus. So, I'm picking up where I left off from last time I was playing. Okay, we're once again doing another voiceover for this. But here we are in Roswell. Okay, so we're going through the town, and we're having a look at everything around here. Mind you, it's interesting to see what's going on here. You know, it's you know, I've been looking forward to seeing this part of the game for ages, to see, you know, what is it like in a Western society, particularly the American society. How would this look like for you know, with the Nazi occupation? Yeah, you know, I still think it's really interesting to see. So anyway, let me give you a bit of context for this, because I'm giving you the bit of context because I need the bit of context as well, because I haven't played this game for over a month since the last recording. The last recordings that I did for Wolfenstein were probably in January. It's actually April now when I'm doing this particular voiceover. So obviously going into Roswell, I'm dressed up as a fireman. Okay, and what I'm carrying around looks like a fire extinguisher or a fire hydrant of some sort. It's actually holding a nuclear warhead. You can see that a lot of Americans were still pretty upset with the whole Nazi occupation and just the imperialism, the cultural imperialism of German society, which is rich coming from the Americans, honestly. But oh yeah, check that out. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so it's still going on. It's all fine. The whole point about the mission is that I got to meet up with Super Spesh, and he is going to guide me to an area where I start obviously killing some more Nazis and stuff like that. But we'll get to that when it comes to it. So yeah, I just wanted to have a look at the town around here. I mean, look, you know, you've got the you know, the Nazi Germany banners and swastikas and everything like that as well. Yeah, and there's a bit of flirting going on between a Nazi officer and a female there. She's wanting to practice her German. And yeah, I'm just looking at all these, you know, stores and everything like that as well. Strudels and pastry. So obviously everything's been converted to German culture. Well, not converted. Yeah, converted to German culture essentially. There's pastries there. You know, was that a theremin shop that they said there? Music shop? Oh well, there's the diner. They've got the biggest, you know, the Lady Helena's epic masterpiece, America, the New Order. So a little bit of a throwback to the old game, I guess. Still, and I'm just looking around here as well. I'm just trying to take everything in as I'm playing it as well.
Just strolling around with my nuke.
Yeah. Seems like the audio's out of sync again and again. Oh well, but yeah. So you can just imagine this was. Would the I'm always using Man in the High Castle as a reference point because, well, let's put it this way: Man in the High Castle is the definitive. Oh, Star Card. Yeah, I forgot about that. I think there's some more around there anyway. I tend to pick up. Man in the High Castle is like the definitive theory and imagination and interpretation of how Nazi Germany would look like in the US. Okay, and granted, because we're in New Mexico. I don't know whether New Mexico is considered Central US or Pacific US. I'm really not too sure at all. I don't know my layout of America as well as I don't know it as well as I thought I did. So I'm a bit hesitant to say which particular area it is, but it's still, looking at it this way, it's, crap, what was my point? Oh, jeez. Oh, it's been tiring. Anyway, okay, yeah, that's right, putting it with Man in the High Castle. I don't, in Man in the High Castle, the New Mexico area, Colorado, that sort of stuff. I think it's definitely Colorado, but possibly around New Mexico. I don't know whether New Mexico was taken over by the Japanese or not. I can't remember how far it extended to. Definitely around California area, and Las Vegas area, I believe. But the neutral zone was around generally the Colorado area, possibly through Texas as well. And most of the east side of America was taken over by is controlled by Nazis as well. But to have the Nazis in the central / western part of America, I don't know, it just seems a little bit, you know, would I imagine things to be like this? I guess so. I guess so. I mean, it seems to the Ku Klux Klan are having a field day with the German occupation. I mean, they see Jews the same way as they normally would. Oh, there was. I should have inspected something there. I never did. Oh, must have missed it. So I'm looking around. I'm just basically trying to figure out where I was supposed to go because I hadn't played it for a month. I forgot exactly what I was supposed to do, and I had to.
Papa Joe's All-American.
Yeah, I ended up having to go to this diner.
Dive.
So you go in, and there's lots of different foods here, all types of ice cream, which is pretty cool. That looks like a big pretzels, possibly some bratwurst or something like that around there. Oh, excuse me, it's a bit tiring. A bit tired at the moment. It's like 11:15 when I'm doing this voiceover, and I've still got another one to do. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So you got, Fallout type monitors and stuff like that going around here too.
Bobby told me that the Fuhrer painted the Mona Lisa. That he made the atom bomb. Then he put my head in the toilet and flushed it.
That's awful. Someone should teach young Bobby some manners. You can bet your behind his mother won't do it. I want you to promise me you'll stay away from him.
Typical parenting, typical parenting tropes and techniques and issues to deal with and stuff like that. Yeah, I've had that deal, except my son was talking about how Hitler painted the Mona Lisa or anything. Oh, well.
Sure can.
Yes.
If you ever get service in this godforsaken place.
Oh, hello there, sir. Please, have a seat at the counter. Be right with you.
And there you go.
Ma'am, what'll it be? It's about to close,
Oh,
unfortunately.
it's to go. We'll be quick. Let's see. I'll have the...
Blazkowicz.
Mm.
Says she knows you're coming to attack
Okay.
the Oberkommando, but he has no idea you bringing a damn atom bomb. You gotta bring
Oh, that kid's interested in what we've got there. Yeah. Oh, and here we go. Commandant.
Come on, Peter. Let's go.
Oh no,
see
not the commandant. He's just he's just an officer.
Oh! Bitte schön. Good day, ma'am.
So this is where it gets interesting. I think you actually see this part in the trailer. How American do you want to get the strawberry milkshake?
To put out. If so, I'll come back another time.
I'm sure the fire can wait, Commandant.
Oh, it is a commandant. Okay.
Fireman, I recognize your face. Very Aryan face it is too.
It's funny because in the last game, Frau Engel, when I was in the train scene with her, she mentioned about the Aryan features and stuff like that. Of course, they don't have to pay for anything.
Now you. Show me your identification papers.
Of course. So we give him the papers. That's all faked. It's all sorted out and everything like that. It's all fine. It's interesting to see his, BJ's face plastered everywhere.
I love strawberry milkshake. It's perhaps my favorite American thing. So simple.
Oh, trust me, my favorite American things, you could probably name them from Team America's the Team America's song, the flagship song that they had for that, which was funny because I remember listening to that before the movie came out. My friend, one of my friends back in high school, back in the day, actually downloaded the album first before, like downloaded the soundtrack before the movie came out, so I had to listen to, Everyone Has AIDS in America, F yeah. Pearl Harbor Sucks a Little More Than I Love You, that sort of thing. I was listening to all those songs before the movie, so it was interesting to see. Okay, so we're trying to get out of this sticky situation at the moment.
In Ordnung, ich komme schon.
So it looks like, yeah, whoa, we're about to get out of the situation. So everything... We're just about to head off, and then... He happens to see that poster there. Considering the poster's just everywhere. Oh my god, it's you!
Blazkowicz, shut the fucking front door! Before any more goddamn Nazis show for milk...
Show up for milkshakes. Oh...
Not that I don't trust you, Blazkowicz. There's nothing saying you couldn't be wearing a mask made to look like William J. Blazkowicz to hide your alien space lizard face.
Oh, for God's sake, Super Special. What an idiot.
The password that Grace gave you.
She didn't give me one. Right. Off with the mask.
Show me your lizard face, motherfucker.
Super Special, lower your weapon before I break your arm or put your lights out.
I knew it was you, Terror Billy. I was just fucking with you. Come follow me.
You would not want to mess around with someone in a situation like that. And yes, always remember to turn off the stove when you leave the area. Okay, when you leave the kitchen.
So, welcome to Mission Control.
Now this is where this is what I like to see in games like this. This gives you a bit of character development, all right? Like we know Super Special's a bit of a weirdo, and he's obviously against he's very much into conspiracies and stuff like that. But it shows you how much of a family man he is, how he's always concerned about Grace and the kid. I want to say the kid's name is it Abby? Abigail? No. I think I've been watching too much Archer lately. That's probably why. Oh no, that's Aberdeen. Man, I can't remember. In any case, yeah. So it shows. This gives you a bit more character development, and this is something that I wanted to see more of in like the Wolfenstein games. I wanted to see a lot more narrative in this sort of stuff. A bit more character development. I mean, the last game was fantastic. The New Order was absolutely wicked. I'm not counting the Old Blood because that was actually a prequel to the New Order, even though it was a sequel. It was a sequel prequel. But it was still equally good. So it's a sequel prequel that was equal. Okay. Not like a squeakle. And then we've got Super Special going off about, you're just going on a tangent, blah blah blah, about aliens and all that sort of stuff, about how him and his dad were at Roswell, in Roswell watching aliens and stuff. No. See that there? Do you think that's alien in nature? That's actually from the, what's it called? The Jagd Shoot or Dagd Shoot? Yeah. The Dagd Shoot, I think it's called.
Papa built most of it.
So you reckon what you saw was a spaceship?
I'm not saying it's a flying saucer from outer space, but it was clearly extraterrestrial in origin, if you catch my drift. It's all fucking connected, man. If you trace the chain of causation, you find yourself in a secret
this guy's peeking out of his butt so much.
East of Roswell, up by Bottomless Lakes, Area 52.
Oh my God.
Captured an alien flying saucer, and they stored the salvaged bodies and technology in an underground vault.
You even look at the map. Yeah, he's got the Oberkommando areas and stuff like that, and then underneath that, apparently some weird stuff there.
Area 52, Area 51, over here, Area 48, Area 56, all over the Southwest, Nevada, New Mexico. It's one gigantic complex, and it's connected by underground train tunnels. Look at the pictures.
Okay, so looking at that map there, I'd probably say that New Mexico is considered the west of America, so it's not part of the central states. Alright, so that kind of clears things up a little bit.
Our new masters took over all these bases, and they kept doing their own experiments to further their own fascist agenda. Look at this. This whole thing
to say, and you listen to the music to this as well. You listen to the music.
The Nazi head honchos installed.
Okay, it's actually matching a lot of the action that's going on there. When Special gets into things, when he starts going a bit more about it, when he starts getting hyperactive and energetic and stuff like that, the music actually goes up with it, as well.
Well, whatever it is, it ain't Martian.
Nobody knows for sure exactly what kind of technology we're dealing with.
Definitely music that's based on mood and creating mood, but also, I guess.
What the fuck do you know?
Yeah, I'll consider it mood underscore, not as dramatic underscore, because there's not much action.
And I know a motherfucking conspiracy when I see one. No, okay, I'm not saying it's space aliens, right? But it goes without saying it's fucking space aliens.
Yeah, we kind of get over it.
So, I got a nuke in this here fire extinguisher.
Oh god, the video is so out of sync.
Cool it.
Oh my god.
I need to rile you.
It's so bad.
Grace told me that you know
The audio in the video is so out. I hate it when it does this. It's so bad.
To smithereens.
Oh, I don't know how I can fix this. I might have to start using a different program or something like that to record. Shadowplay's just not working for me. But it's also the fact that the game's running at a variable FPS. It's not a solid 60 frames per second, which I record at, which makes it so much harder. I mean, some of the frame rates is dropping down to like 55, possibly 50 or something like that. I haven't specifically checked. I haven't checked it exactly, but it doesn't help. Honestly, doesn't help.
And
Oh, he's got a huge camping bag there.
keep your hands free for shooting.
Alright, so this is where we actually start the mission as well. So, after all this, and I guess this was a common complaint for the game as well. The complaint saying that, you know, they were saying like, oh, it's actually a short game, you know, that you only get to shoot for, you know, there's only this much action in it and there's so many cutscenes. Dude, I actually like the cutscenes. They were good, okay? The cutscene, for me, the cutscenes actually work. And again, it's that narrative sort of thing that's going on.
Fastest way to Area 52.
Oh.
Way to hitch a ride on one of those cargo trains.
So I'm just trying to figure out what was going on here. I didn't realize I was crouching around in tunnels, but I've got my silencer on my pistol. I'm ready to go. And BJ is still obsessed with Caroline.
Still copy.
Oh god, it's so out of
You
whack.
think they can see I'm fading? Without your wings, I would fall.
Ah, jeez. Doesn't make it any easier. Ah, but anyway, you go into here and it's kind of like, oh damn. I mean, look at that.
Oh, what the hell?
So they're loading up
We
a
got rocket trains?
yeah, rocket train. Yeah, that's right. So I'm just trying to find out. I'm trying to look in the direction of where the commando is, where the main Nazi officer is. I'm just trying to think of where exactly would we go down to. But it's easier when you just go down here. So I'm just looking at trying to, you know, I wanted to try and do a much more stealthier approach in this particular mission because, you know, for a fact, as soon as you do one shot, you're gonna have a whole bunch of things going on. Oh, by the way, I'm actually, during this playthrough, I actually, like my previous gaming mouse, which I was using a Logitech 400S, great quality, you know, it felt so comfortable. I got so used to it. It felt like another part of my anatomy when I was on the computer. It just felt natural. Everything just worked fine with it. But unfortunately, it stuffed up on me. I think the mouse buttons, the left and right mouse buttons, I think they just lost. I just think they just ended their lives. So I ended up having to get a new mouse. I had to get one ordered, but obviously the mouse didn't come when necessary. So I've I ended up having to use an old Acer, just a simple 3-button mouse. And so reloading, changing weapons, that sort of stuff, zooming, I had to get used to how everything was working. So I'm not used to having to use the keyboard to reload my weapon. I found that very distracting. I found it very distracting for what I was trying to do. Mind you, I have got my mouse now, and it's I don't even know what brand it is. I honestly don't. I'm trying to look at it now. I ordered it off eBay from some Chinese, like it was from Australia, but it was from a Chinese seller. Eastern Times Tech, definitely a Chinese brand. Eastern Times Tech, but I think this is the A-09 gaming mouse or something like that, possibly known as the Thunder Axe or something like that. I don't know, but in any case, it's a flimsy piece of crap. It was only $20. It's flimsy as, but it's actually quite comfortable. It is quite ergonomic on the hand. The buttons are easy to access as well. It does feel like flimsy plastic, alright, but I haven't had any issues with it, and I've been able to customize the DPI and do all sorts of stuff with it. And here I am trying to shoot from high ground with a pistol. Listen, the pistol is probably, without having the sniper, the pistol is the most accurate weapon that you can use. So I'm just trying to snipe everyone from up top using a pistol, just from far away. If you're lucky, you can get some headshots in, but you need to look for the lights. The lights are the key. It's not the center of the head, but it gives you a good indication of where they'd be. So you need to have a look for that sort of stuff. And this was also coming off. I think before I was playing this, I was playing like several hours of Overwatch, because at the time Retribution had come out, and I was just going nuts. And because I was, trying to test out my mouse and just trying to test out the DPS and getting the DPI, getting the sensitivity sorted out as well. It's yeah, man, I'm getting caught in everything here. Because I'm testing out the DPI and the sensitivity on everything like that, I'm just like, you know what? Let's focus on not necessarily trying to run and gun everything. Let's actually try and get some stealth. Let's hide behind cover. Let's do the right thing. So you look up and you're like, oh yeah, there's some enemies there. So you got to remember to get them. That makes it a bit harder when you've got like 6 different enemies trying to shoot from you at different angles. Oh well. But I have to admit, the gunplay in this game is actually pretty good. And I accidentally, threw a grenade. Stupid buttons. I wasn't used to the buttons on the keyboard. I accidentally pressed I thought the old button was supposed to lean in and lean out, but I think I must have programmed it. Oh, that's the grenade. That's right. I accidentally threw the grenade that way. Jeez. So I must have rebound the keyboard at some point to throw a grenade that way, which shouldn't have happened, but it ended up doing it. There we go. So headshot, headshot. As you can tell, when I was playing Overwatch during the Retribution, testing out the DPI, I was playing a lot of McCree, because obviously playing a hit scan hero, you need to get your mouse up to scratch, and it's a great way to test things out. Go to the practice range, do a few things there for 5 or 10 minutes. Excuse me. Get ready, play against some AI, predictable moving patterns and stuff like that, and it really helps you out with your aim for a bit, to start off with. So that's why I was trying to do that with this particular game here. So I noticed the people were behind me, thought I'd go up, give them a bit of a shot. Still a terrible aim with an assault rifle, so I'd rather not do that stuff. Yeah, you can see that, ammunition's getting a bit low. Well, it was getting a bit low, but it's the health and the armor that were getting a bit low as well. So I'm just trying to find different places so I can hide and just change weapons in peace and stuff like that. Mind you, I have to admit, this part of the mission took way longer than expected. I was hoping to be done with this by now, but no, still going. Oh, he refused to die, didn't he? Okay, so I think I got rid of most of the people around here. I think it was just a few people on the low end, but I decided to go straight for the commando. And there was a doggy there. I didn't even realize. I just kept shooting. I mean, I found out after he died, obviously. Okay. So yeah, it just keeps going, switching weapons. You know things are gonna happen. And I'm like, I don't even know who these guys are. Turns out they're not guys at all. They're actually robots. They're actually I wouldn't call them androids. Wouldn't call them cyborgs because they're not human. So yeah, they're basically just robot soldiers. So that's pretty cool. I didn't even know they were in the game, honestly. And it's always time to read a journal when you're getting attacked. So this is an unknown Nazi scientist journal. What was you talking about? Oh, the dat you could. Yeah, dat you could. Oh, dat you should. I can't remember how to pronounce it. I'll get some Jewish. I've got a Jewish friend who can tell me about that. Oh, of course, and these guys as well. They still only take 3 to 4 shots, depending if you get a headshot in, which is wicked. So always, always use your laser gun for those type of enemies. Don't use your laser guns for normal enemies. Always use them for the big, heavy guys. And if you listen to the music, you can tell that there's still some enemies around. There's always going to be a few around, so I should technically be changing my weapon, but you never know what's going to happen. So obviously there's someone around here. I think there's someone up top there, but I'm really not too sure. So we go over this way. I think I end up going up somewhere. Or I think I'm just checking to see what things are around. Okay. Oh yeah, we end up collecting a lot of we end up collecting a fair bit of ammo for that as well. So where are the enemies around here? I think I was checking up top. I couldn't see anything. Oh, there they are. No.
Okay. Rocket engine.
Oh, so it was just that one guy. I should have just tried to shoot the railing, the cover system. I mean, sorry, not the cover, the cover on the rails. If it allowed me, and that way I could have just shot him straight away and get him from there. No, I had to go for the headshot, didn't I? Typical stuff. And oh yeah, upgrade the weapon kit, awesome. So here it's just a matter of just looking for stuff. Oh, we found Nazi gold. So that's pretty cool. I haven't really been doing as many of the collectibles lately, and I think it's because, oh yeah, I just wanted to test that out to see how that worked. Yeah, I haven't been doing as many collectibles. I have to admit, the last places that I searched, I didn't really pay much attention to, so I must have missed a fair bit. But I think this is what I end up doing for the rest of the video for the next, like, few minutes, the next like 5 minutes is just basically going around trying to find more ammo, trying to find more health, more armor, that sort of stuff. And now when I think about it in retrospect, I spent way too long doing this stuff. But you know, sometimes you have to take your time going through this. I mean, if there's no more enemies, then why well, you got stuck there. Anyway, still going. Okay, so yep, still out of sync. Video still out of sync, god damn it. Alright, so still going through, still trying to find some more stuff. I'm just trying to think, oh crap, how do I get in there? And then I realised that there's a platform there, but I wanted to search around here first because I did remember seeing some things around, and I'm trying to think, because it's been a month since I've played this game, I'm like, aren't I supposed to recharge my laser weapon here? Because it looks like it. So I'm just trying to think, do I grab my gun out? How does it work? Okay, so I open it, so I get the gun, I'm about to charge it, I'm like, oh wait, that's not it. Turn around, and then, oh yeah, it's one of those things instead. I'm like, oh my god, you're kidding me. So yeah, I kind of made myself look like an idiot. Oh, another star card, I don't know who that is, don't know where it goes. But there's a few things around here, so I end up going over here. Is it worth getting the items? I can't remember. Yeah, I did. Okay, oh, there's your armor. So that's good. It's always good finding the 50 plus armors. Hand grenades, again, because I accidentally almost blew myself up because I pressed a stupid button. Oh well. Ugh. And then up here is actually a, wait, is it here? I can't remember. But there's actually a space, there's actually a place that you can actually get some decent things as well, like collectibles and stuff like that too. So I'm just hoping that I've actually decided to actually go around that way, picking up extra armor around everywhere we go. Oh yeah, we're back here again. Okay, get rid of this stupid weapon. I don't think I really need it. I'm just trying to see what I can fill up on. But obviously I can't do much. I mean, there's no point picking up health or anything like that. Cool, yep, so it's just health and guns. Alright, guns I don't need. So I think I end up just going to the other side around here. So I'm maxed out on health, maxed out on armor as well. Which I'm trying to think. The health hasn't actually gone past 50. I mean, most games you're actually, you know, your health usually at 100, but I'm just trying to think, is the health at 50 to reflect on, for some reason my keyboard buttons weren't working properly, so they ended up just skipping the entire message altogether, so I'll have to review that at some other point. Oh crap, I kind of lost where I was going with this. I literally forgot what I was talking about. I literally forgot. Oh god. Oh, anyway, moving on. So, oh, that's right. Yes, I'm talking about his health. Yeah. You think that the designers of the game gave him 50 health because of his deteriorating health in the game lore, and obviously the 200 armor. I mean, you could get 200 armor in the last game, I believe, but the 200 armor is much easier to collect in this game, I believe, and a lot of it, and that it shows because he's wearing that special, because he's wearing that special Dark You Should suit. It probably reflects, you know, it's probably to show, you know, the armor meter is to show how how BJ is actually reliant on the suit, on his armor and everything like that. Ooh, gold. Yeah, how reliant he is on the armor just so he can actually stay alive in general. I might be looking too much into it, but I don't know, that's my interpretation of it anyway. And I believe we should have... Oh, I've still got a couple of minutes to go with this. Well, it won't be too long. So I think here, basically, I've decided, you know what, there's nothing else around here. I thought I'd try and shoot these things to try and open them up. But I don't think it actually works. I don't think it works at all. But you never know, you thought I'd try it out. Yeah, and that's another thing about this game. You cycle through the weapons, and you don't get to the one you want. So yeah, shooting it doesn't work. So I thought, charge it up. Would that work? Turns out it doesn't. By the way, I didn't even know you could actually charge it up. I mean, I just wasted like 50 ammo for that. On a harder difficulty, that would have been a bit of a concern, but yeah, things seem to be working alright. So now it's just a matter of, okay, so I've decided, oh, for God's sake, am I going to stop this? Am I going to stop breaking crates open, alright? I'm not trying to be Gordon Freeman by bloody using all that stuff like a crowbar. So I'm just trying to think which is the best way to go around here. I think it ends up just going on the train over this side. Oh, that's right, I'm still searching around because I'm an idiot. Oh, there we go, that's what I was looking for. I was going to charge up my weapon. It charges up pretty quick, actually. I wish I could fuel my cars that quickly. That would be awesome. Save me so much time. So yeah, just looking for more hidden stuff. Because it's always like, if you're actually looking through this playthrough and you're thinking, oh, you know, what type of walkthrough can we go? It's always worth trying to have a look to see what you can find. Anyway, excuse me. So now we're heading into the train. Turns out that's not even where I'm supposed to be going. So I don't even get in the train that way. I was thinking, oh cool, I can just go in from the back, just activate it from there. Nope, it doesn't work like that. You actually have to end up going to the entire side of the train, and it turns out that doesn't work either. So like, what the hell are you supposed to do? Where are you supposed to get into the train? I think what I end up doing is I end up going up the stairs, just jumping off and then getting into the train that way. Yeah, that's right. I ended up going to the train this way. So you hop in. Okay, there's the controls. That door's actually locked, so you can't do much about that. But as we go, this is going to be the end of the level. Alright, so guys, I'm going to see you all next time, and yeah, we'll go and have some fun. See you all.